So this is the Viwoods AI Paper Pro. I didn't know that Pro was in its name. And this has been sent to me by Viwoods to have a look at. This is the first I'm seeing it. Very reminiscent packaging of the remarkable Right Different. I wonder how different it really is. And it's important to say that this has been sent to me by Viwoods. And I've just gone into a bit of detail in a separate video, so you can check that out here. As there's been a lot of discussion as to whether Viwoods have actually paid for reviews and actually asked people to say certain things about their devices and give certain positive messages. But that's not the case with this video. So I'd encourage you to check out that separate video if you want to know in detail what my kind of relationship with brands like this is. It's also very important to note that this is a Kickstarter currently, so what you actually get might well be different to what we see here today. And of course, all the usual warnings about how Kickstarter projects might never happen. This one does seem pretty far along though. Wow. So okay, they've actually gone ahead and chucked in, that is very thin. Two different cases, because I've got this case, this is the green, that really appeals to me. And there's a cable, I guess, in the box as well. C to C. It is really nicely packaged. I like the green cloth. I mean, it is so similar to a Remarkable. It's like they've listened to the people who said, well, they like the Remarkable 1, had the buttons down the bottom, and just decided to make Remarkable 1, but with the glass design of the Remarkable 2. Yes, but those were page turn buttons, weren't they? Here you have a back, a home, and an AI button. You can just see maybe one or two bits where it's not quite perfectly manufactured. It does have a 300 ppi screen, and you can see that's quite clear, really quite crisp on that text there. The magnets are pretty strong holding it in. The pen, it's nice feeling. It's got a highlighter, second function button, and an eraser at the back. So I'm going to very quickly just get started until I do a little bit of note taking on it. And then I'm going to go ahead and film my first testing footage, which will just be for members. So that will be a bit of a unedited, just a top-down camera, just me talking about the features as I first use them. And I'm going to go through the list of the marketing points they've said that you can do with these, and I'm going to give each one a little bit of a test out. So if you're interested in that, that'll be at the end of this video. But let's go ahead and get it all set up and show you the first few little note-taking bits and tell you my thoughts about it, my very first impressions of it. So it's sort of split into these 6 different quadrants. You've got paper up there, which I guess is your notes. You've got meeting-specific notes there, it seems. Learning, which I guess is your reading, really. That's probably your library down there. Calendar widget. Picking, which means that you've got things from screenshots or like notes you've captured from books, and then your apps down here. It doesn't have Google Play Store, which I think is probably a miss on it. It seems to have like an Android style home button, back button, and then the AI button, which of course they are making that a big deal of that, and currently doing those does nothing. So let's go ahead and look at paper, because this is the most important use of the thing. These buttons all seem to have different functions if you short press or long press them, so more on that as I get to know the device and test it out in the next few days. Look out for members footage, and also let's jump on a live stream together sometime real soon. Writing with the fountain pen feels nice. That is a really nice writing feel, I can tell you that straight away. Do they have pencil with tilt? That handwriting, that first impression was really good, and as this is the Carta 1300 screen, that means that it does have that faster response time to what we used to with the Carta 1200, which also had the 300 ppi. We'll see with these tools, because I get the feeling these are still in development. I can confirm that since running an update, this pencil tool does now have tilt, so that's great. I can't wait to try drawing on this tablet. They are saying that there's going to be very regular updates. At this point, they're talking about an update every 2 days, so I think they'll improve these tools quite a lot. And there we go, it can do a fountain pen versus writing with a pencil article. at the click of a button. And well, more on the usefulness of AI, I'm sure, in the fullness of time, but there we are. You can do that. So yeah, this is a note-taking tablet. That seems pretty nice. Yeah, home just took me home, as you'd expect. We've got more than just that. Yeah, it starts with Libby, Kindle. They've actually thought about the things that you'd probably want installed. And nothing is giving me the impression of anything that I shouldn't. Nah. Until that. So we'll see. Let's just talk a little bit about the design and the sort of future of this device, because they have gone down the route of undercutting the Remarkable with how thin it is. And of course, I'll do those comparisons in the future. One thing that's very welcome is that's a fingerprint scanner, so that should be a useful thing to have. But I think we do want the thinness wars. I think we really do. So let's check it out. Yep. Oh wow, I get 4.32. Yeah, I get 4.47 at that end. So yeah, it certainly seems to be thinner than the Go 10.3, but not by a long shot. I think we want the thinness wars because with devices like this that are designed to be like paper, note-taking devices, I think it's worth having that kind of very light and airy feel. I think it's worth them doing all they can to make it as close to paper as possible. This device, the Claude Note, I know it's not a note-taking, no, it's not a tablet at all, is 3mm thick. So that's as thin as I think we're going to see our phones and things in the future. And I think very shortly, Apple will have an iPhone Air. And I think that that will be, well, I think it'll be 5mm thick actually, somewhere in that kind of dimension. But in the future, not too distant future, I think we'll see larger computing devices that are as thin as this little Claude Note. And I think it would be good. I think honestly a really thin iPhone would sell like absolute hotcakes, and I think it would be a really good device. I know there's some reasons why they're keeping tablets and things and phones a little bit thicker. Heat dissipation is one of them, and the kind of chamber around a bass speaker is another one. It's a really important one. And also, of course, the USB-C port, which this thing doesn't need to have a USB-C port because it's got a little charger on the back. But I think all of these could go with wireless charging there. So nicely designed device. I think there's just still a tiny little bit of fit and finish to improve upon. You can just see the edge of this kind of grey thing not quite meeting perfectly all the way around. It does seem to have a very Android-ish display. The refresh modes are easy to access just in here, which is quite cool as well. And it's all about that kind of AI button apparently. And I wonder, yeah, these buttons here at the bottom, if you'll accidentally press them when you're writing.
You don't? Well, I haven't yet, as I've been using it.
I don't think it has speakers on board though, but it does have microphones for you to allow you to chat to it and use some voice typing things as well.
So I've been sent a little bit more information from Viwoods, and firstly they sent me the technical specifications from e-ink of the actual screen. Now it does say it's a Mobius technology screen, but then one of the features is it's Carta 1300. So I always thought Carta was the glass version and Mobius was the plastic version, but no, this does seem to be a plastic screen with the Carta 1300. I guess that corresponds to the actual e-ink technology within the screen. So that is the higher refresh rate screen, and it is a 10.65 screen, which is a 3:4 diagonal aspect ratio. They've also sent me a little comparison chart so I can clear up the naming of the two devices. So the AI Paper will be this one. AI Paper Pro is what they were going to call this before, so it's still on the box that I've received, but they're now going to reserve the AI Paper Pro model for a larger screen version in the future, so that's exciting. The AI Paper is going to be the 10.65 inch screen, which I have here. There is also going to be an AI Paper Mini, which is an 8.2 inch screen, so slightly larger than normal. So these are really exciting things. And you can see they've both got the same chipset. AI Paper has the larger battery of the two, it's thinner, and the AI Paper Mini is going to have a glass screen. But they're both on Android 13 and they both have 4 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage. And also regarding the nib, they don't seem to have sent me any spares. I think I've just got the POM nib in the pen here, which is the longer lasting variety, but I'm pretty sure you could just add in any standard Wacom felt ones, and they are saying that you'll get the option of having those in the box as well.
Cool, attractive device. More details to come.